Well, welcome to another week of The Sprout. I am very excited. I am sitting here today with April Ingram. We are going to talk about the workforce development training that Richland Community College is offering and all of the different programs and options that are out there. So, April, thank you so much for coming on the show. I'm eager to learn more about it. I love the episodes where I feel like I can get educated and learn more too. So can you start with maybe how long you've been at Richland?
Okay.
And how you got there?
Gotcha. So, I'm April Ingram, and thank you for having me. Executive Director, Workforce Development at Richland Community College. I've been at Richland about 5 years.
Okay.
I started, surprisingly, in early childhood social service.
Really?
So I did that for about 15 years. And my husband came to me and said, hey, do you want to take a break and figure out if you want to do something else? And so I took that opportunity to take a break, and the Enrich program was just starting.
Okay.
Or received some funding. And so that is how my career at Richland began.
That's pretty interesting. That would be a big transition, probably, from early childhood to college and workforce.
Yeah.
Very different kind of angles and skill sets and stuff, I would imagine.
Absolutely. But I think the common thing was the unlikely students that Richland was looking for with the Enrich program. So I had experience with that, working with folks who needed support, needed some direction and encouragement to complete their goals. And so I think that's what I brought to the Enrich program. So I worked my way up through several positions there.
Yeah.
Started as the coordinator and then the director of Enrich, and then now the executive director of workforce development. So it's been quite the journey the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Here at Richland. Yeah.
It sounds like it. I love how you commented on the common theme, that the common theme is really coming alongside individuals to help them probably grow and learn more, and to help them with the skill sets for success.
Yeah.
Whether it's early childhood or even at this stage.
Yes. So it's been very fulfilling, and I'm loving what I'm doing. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'd love for you to explain a little bit around what you do as the executive director.
Yeah. So when you think about short-term, high-demand workforce trainings, that's what we're doing in the workforce development department. We're creating opportunities and providing trainings that really fund folks in our guide people in our community, and partnering with employers to meet their needs as well.
Okay.
So we're working with the ADMs, we're listening to the Caterpillars, the Muellers, we're identifying their needs, and then we're partnering with local residents in the Decatur area and abroad to fulfill those needs.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, we were kind of breaking apart a little bit of the nuance before the show, but kind of the difference between maybe the credited or non-credited, and what does that look like?
Yeah, so credit versus non-credit. So we know in credit programs, they take a little more time. So maybe at least a year to 2 years to get a certification or associate's degree.
Okay.
Whereas on the non-credit side, those trainings are maybe 2 to 3 months long, and students are able to go directly into employment.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Gotcha. And within that 2 to 3 months, do they focus specifically on this skill set based on the career path that they're desiring then?
Yes, absolutely. So if it's someone comes in and says, I want a construction training, so we know that the best fit would be the construction trade program. So if someone says, I want to be in manufacturing, we know that's our industrial job skills training.
I see.
So we have a pre-apprenticeship program if folks want to work in the trades. And so we give them the basic knowledge and skills to be ready to apply for the trades industry.
Yeah, I'm curious around maybe some of the origin of these ideas, because I feel like Richland Community College is really good at, I feel like, taking time to be strategic around what our community is needing. And we do have a lot of big giants around here. If you think about Primient, CAT, ADM, a lot of job opportunity. What, in your opinion, would be the strategic side around being able to have credited or non-credited and kind of offer the variety that you guys do?
Yeah, so we're listening to employers. And we're identifying the needs that they have. And then we're coming back and we're creating those trainings based on those needs. Now, one thing that we are working towards are micro-credentials.
Okay.
So where students can get the basic non-credit trainings that we offer on the workforce side, but being able to scaffold to the traditional side of the house.
Okay.
Right? And so that's something we're working. I've met with ADM about here lately. So students might start off with just the basic industrial manufacturing training, right? But with the goal, they might know that they want to be an engineer. So we're working now to create micro-credentials to be able to bridge the gap from credit side to non-credit side. So we're excited about that opportunity.
I like that. Now, can you explain a little of what you mean by micro-credential?
Yeah. So again, short-term trainings that will give students skills and knowledge. For instance, in our industrial job skills training, they get a basic introduction to welding, but not quite enough to get their welding certification. So how do we create a program where they get credit for that basic small amount of welding skills that they have obtained, and be able to count that credit or that training towards the credit side of the house to get an actual welding certification if they want to.
Okay. I see the micro part of it. I like that.
Yeah.
Yet again, it's kind of, I know, let's see if I can explain this the way that I'm thinking about it. And, correct me if this is, off base, but Richland does a really good job of the wraparound services with everything, right? And the support. But I also feel like besides the wraparound services, even within the specific trainings, they're like, how can we get this to benefit you even more?
Absolutely.
Right. Even within the training outside of the services that you guys offer.
Yeah.
And with that idea of it being a micro thing of how can we kind of make this benefit you more, pull more out of you with this and have it be a part of your success.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're trying to create, just more robust opportunities for students. So, so they have a little more in their backpack when they leave us. Yeah. Right. So we know, just like you and I, we're always growing and changing. So we want to make sure that they have the tools as they navigate the workforce, that they have the tools in their pocket to change, to grow, and create more opportunities. Even with our CDL programs, those who are funded through Enrich, they don't just get CDL, right? They get OSHA, they get CPR, they get forklift. And so they get a lot of other things in case they need to pivot at any point. For instance, if you go work at a Pepsi, you might need to load your own truck, right? So there's the forklift training. So we try to make sure that they have more things in their pocket when they leave than just the traditional basic certification.
Oh, I like that. It's like you're expanding their toolbox, right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
I'm curious of whenever you do go to ADM or CAT or Primient, and those are the three big ones. I know that you guys partner with more than that.
Absolutely.
Probably TCCI and some of the things that are changing out there. Yeah. What are some of those conversations? Do they come with some of the needs that they're seeing within their workforce and you guys are matching that? What does that look like?
Yeah, so absolutely. I recently met with ADM. Okay. And so as we're thinking about a biomanufacturing training, so we had conversations about what do students need coming in the door to work in your biomanufacturing area, right? And so they were able to help us outline that and guide us as we're working to create this training. So we wanted to hear exactly from the experts. Yeah. So we don't want to spend a lot of time experimenting, even though we can pivot whenever we need to, but we want to make sure we're hearing from the experts about what they need, and so we can create those trainings so folks are able to, earn a living wage and kind of hit the ground running when they get in the doors of those big corporations.
Is there like a partnership then built within you guys that they understand if an applicant has gone through your program, then we understand the excellence in some of the toolbox, so to say, that they're bringing?
Yeah. So we're creating a partnership, like I said, around the IFAB training. And that's been the same, too, with the industrial job skills training. When students finish that training, we invite employers from all over Decatur to give students open interviews right there on Richland's site, hoping that when they graduate, they'll be able to go directly into employment. And so we have a good partnership with most of the industry partners around here.
As an industry partner, I bet they really appreciate having that partnership.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure it's even strategic for them to have somebody in the community that can train someone in the specifics, the skill sets that would benefit my company.
Yes, correct.
Right?
Yeah, that is correct. And so they're happy to work closely with us, and they give us, some real feedback. Some we love and some we don't, but that's how we grow and that's how we learn, and that's how we're able to run successful programs. So,
Speaking of successful programs, I'm kind of curious, and I don't want to put you on the spot with numbers per se.
Okay.
But whenever it comes to maybe integration into the workforce and the success rate of your students, what does some of that look like?
Yeah, and so just talking about the Enrich program, so we are one of the funding sources for that program is the Workforce Workforce Empowerment Initiative.
Okay.
And so I will say our numbers are, normally in the 90% range as far as completions for that program.
Oh,
and
awesome.
So, we are one of the top performing schools, in the state for that program. And so we're happy to say that.
Yeah.
So we do have really good numbers. We do take it very seriously. And we really push our students, to finish, to stay the course, and to get done and to get into employment. So we don't play around. Yeah.
No, I think, there's been other people who have sat across from me, and there always seems to be this through line with what you guys really work with any student that comes through, that there's actually an intentionality about your success even after you leave us.
Absolutely.
And a connection to even after you leave us.
Right.
Making sure that you're still seen, you're still supported, and how can we help that transition even into whatever position, job, career that you're moving into.
Yeah. And we actually, we credit a lot to our Essential Skills program. So you met with Gina Taylor, and you know the work that her and her team are doing. So Essential Skills is embedded in all of the trainings that we offer on the workforce side of things.
Okay.
And so we know that training helps empower students. It helps them deal with the trauma and some personal things that they might have that might be a barrier for them as far as employment and longevity on a job, those kind of things. So we take that very seriously, and it's mandatory for what we do in the workforce department.
I think that's incredible. I've shared before in a different episode, I worked for Starbucks for about 10 years. And a part of what I did was a learning coach, which was their training, So I trained new baristas, I trained a few managers and et cetera.
Yeah.
But I think it was Tat. I was telling him how much I wish some of my people would have been through Essential Skills.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Well, just because, we were discussing this idea that you don't know what you don't know. And if it hasn't been shown to you or presented to you, or you walked through what some people would think is just kind of basic, then there's really a gap there.
Yeah.
around self-management, around discipline, emotional management, work ethic, etc.
Yeah.
And I love that you guys have integrated this concept pretty much in everything you guys do out there.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely. And it really helps students get to the root of some of their behaviors, why they're acting the way they are, or, why they can't finish something, or, those kind of things. And that Gina and her team really help students get to the core reason why maybe they're not, as successful as they want to be, or, what's blocking that. And so it's a great program. We believe in it, and we stand by it. And it's one of the reasons that we have been able to be successful.
That's incredible. What are some of the reactions that you see in students who are coming to you for a trade skill and you introduce them to essential skills?
Right. And they don't always understand it.
Yeah.
And they don't always think they need it. Especially people who have, been in the workforce a long time.
Yeah.
And they think they have it all figured out. But they leave feeling empowered, enlightened by what they get from being in essential skills. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's kind of where you start them off with, correct?
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. So our enriched CDL students, for sure, they get that. Like, that's the prerequisite for CDL.
Okay.
The other trainings is just embedded in their day-to-day schedule.
Okay.
So whatever their training is, essential skills is embedded in their weekly schedule. So, yeah.
That's fascinating to me. I'm like, more people should, really, I think, train the whole human being. It's a holistic approach, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
So I'm not only giving you a worker, but I'm giving you a, well-managed, good human being as a worker too.
Yes, absolutely.
That's a weird way to say it, but you get what I mean, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And so, we're excited about the Essential Skills program is definitely the bread and butter of all of our programs.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. Now, you've talked about certain trades, whether it be welding or plumbing, CDL, different things. You're working on the manufacturing.
Yeah.
It seems like you guys would need to kind of innovate and pivot a lot with your training because the landscape around here is changing,
right,
especially with the clean energy that's been introduced and stuff as well.
Yeah.
I guess not how many programs, because there's probably a variety, but are there certain kind of umbrellas or categories for these programs? If someone wanted them a bit organized with coming to you and they're like, is it industrial skills, clean energy, and bio?
No, I would say everything is under our, a lot of our trainings is either CDL or, manufacturing or construction.
Okay.
And I think that would be the best way to maybe break it up. So,
gotcha. Depending on maybe some of their experience or interests.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Gotcha.
And so if you want to work at an ADM or a CAT, that would be our manufacturing trainings, our industrial job skills training. If you want to do construction trades training.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we are piloting right now a manufacturing training with our clean energy team, with Tamika and her team. So our industrial job skills training, we've tweaked it a little bit to add some clean energy focus into that training. So folks have the opportunity to maybe apply at TCCI or Rivian.
Okay.
Yeah. And so
there's a pivot within there too, because I know that when we had Tamika on with CEJA, there's a lot changing within that landscape as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we added that manufacturing piece to CEJA.
Okay.
And so we're piloting that program right now, and those students, I think, maybe graduate next week. And so we're excited to see the opportunities that they're able to get. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
As we kind of wrap up here and I'm thinking about all the opportunities that you guys have, I would encourage any age Correct.
Yes.
You know, we think college, sometimes we typically think, you know, that 18 to 22, 23-ish range. But this is really an opportunity for anybody.
For any age. Yeah, absolutely. So if you're 40 and you decide, hey, I want to do something different, or for whatever reason, maybe you've had some barriers to getting the employment that you needed. Yeah. So anyone 18 and up, they are more than welcome to apply with the workforce program. We are looking for the unlikely students. We're looking for students who maybe have felt that they didn't have opportunity or a place at Richland Community College. So I'm saying that you do, and we have opportunities to support you and get you to the place that you want to be. So those are the students that we're looking for. Yeah.
How would you recommend those students? What are some first steps? If we have listeners that are intrigued or they want to know more, they know somebody who this might benefit, what's the next step?
Yeah, and so we have a website. So if you're interested and you want to explore a little more, you are welcome to visit the workforce website. All those trainings are listed there, and you can explore and see what they offer. And then if you want to call, you can call Troy. He's our workforce navigator.
Okay.
Specifically with the Enrich program, you can call Troy, or Seth. He's our workforce coordinator with the workforce department, and Nick Cunningham. So any of those three, you can give a call, and they can help direct you in the right direction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I love the breakdown, and I love all the different opportunities that are out there. And specifically, I think I really appreciate that no matter what age, because sometimes I feel like we kind of put off education for those people or for the younger people or different things. Yeah. And, I'd really encourage anybody who is wanting success, a change, a career path to better themselves, empower themselves, to really look up these opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you don't have it figured out, just call, and we'll help you figure it out and get you in the right direction.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate having you on here and talking about these.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.